My name is Łukasz. I'm Associate Lead for Balance Design for People Can Fly, and happy to see you guys.
Talk about this new expansion, Worldslayer. What's this all about?
So Worldslayer is the next step in Outriders history. We would like to show you a different part of the Enoch, of the world we created. We would like you to invite all the players back into the game. We would like also to provide more of everything. You have more story, different elements of the story with history of Enoch, with bits and pieces of the Pax history, the race that was there before us. You have more builds. You have 100 new legendary items that will allow you to experiment with your builds. You have more difficulty levels to match your new wild ideas for builds. You have the third mod slot that is available, and you can combine all the things you wanted to do with your super powerful combinations and skills, and they're waiting for you. You have new enemies, quite a bit of them. Our AI team really wanted to deliver elites and bosses that change the way how the battlefield feels. They will run away from you, they will fight you, they will set up traps, they will try to keep you engaged for a very long time. You have the boss fights, which I just mentioned. So Tarja Gratar now has, which is a new endgame mode that will take you up to 2 hours if you decide to go for the full area. And there are boss fights that people wanted to see. Some boss mechanics. It is a step closer, an evolution to the raid that we would like to see, that we can make with the Outriders genre. There are loots that are targeted loots hidden in Tarja Gratar. So if you're missing a piece of your gear, you now have control where you want to go, what you want to farm, which elements do you want to put your attention to, your time. There is a long progression system. We found out that some players really wanted and enjoyed the demo, putting into the 3-hour demo as much as 120 hours. So now if you want, you're going to have some payoff for your long hours into the Outriders. There's 200 points to spend in a tree. It's going to take a couple of hundred hours to get through everything. It's there if you need it. If you don't, no problem. There's also the Pax tree. That is the new progression system. Those are unique 4 trees, 1 per class. There's 5 points to spend there, and every one of those points significantly impacts how you play and what element of your character is built upon. There were some wacky, crazy ideas that our team wanted to show off. Like, we want to go full sidearms, revolvers only. We want to throw fireballs around. We want to do a lot of things, and all of those things, all of those ideas went into those new combinations and things like that. Now, obviously, with Outriders, you can reset all the hero trees at any point and get all the points back and reinvest them, because we would like to encourage the players to keep reinventing the build, re-engaging with the system, with everything that they have, and all the items that they have in their possession. And they will need all that because we applied another 25 difficulty levels to what was already there. So you have a total of 40 in all. Now, if you want to refresh yourself the original story, you can use the new Apocalypse tiers, the new difficulty levels in there as well. Everything will scale up, giving you a chance of let's say, a new game plus. You can use them in expeditions that were already here. You can use it in Tarja Gratar, which is the new end game. You can mix it up, and this is something I would recommend. So a bit of expeditions, a bit of Tarja Gratar, and whatever else floats your boat.
Now, in terms of balancing, because you're the balance guy, like what does it open up creatively for you when players are experiencing a PvE experience rather than something that's like a PvP experience?
For us, there's a whole team of people working with me, and it's it's very enjoyable when you find videos on YouTube, on Reddit, like people finding out such incredible combos and they just explode the content that you are thinking, okay, this is 3 to 5 minutes, and then they go 17 seconds, done it. And that's a wonderful moment when, first of all, you have to approach it with a bit of humility, and then you have to take it apart, analyze it, and think, all right, do we want to keep that, or do we need to invent a way to actually make it fun but also balanced? A lot of work with that went into the new Horizon update, the free update that was done earlier last year. And some of those were really challenging discussions within the balance team. Right, we know people like the Fortress, they like the passive buff. What can we do to make it powerful, not take away the fun, but break away the only viable solution that is for the end game?
Speaking of that, it's interesting how people want to break your game. Like the goal is to break the game, much like you mentioned Diablo. Much like in Diablo, if you figured out made a build that was so powerful, broke the game, it was kind of an accomplishment. I feel like you guys have really taken that to heart and been like, yeah, try to do it. We encourage you to do it because it makes the game funner, and we can fix it and then give you new builds.
Yeah, and the best part of the Outriders for me is that it exists in a very tight spot. You want to go really crazy with the build. You want to find the combinations that really make it tick. Bring your friends over that can help you with setup on the execution of combos. But at the same time, you want to keep challenged all the time. So the game needs to deliver on that ever-increasing difficulty. The new difficulty system not only increases health and damage of the enemies, obviously, but I think there is close to 50 different modifiers that get applied in the back, modifying the amount of enemies that can shoot on you, healing, regeneration. You have to overcome different problems at different difficulty levels, but there's different ways to do it. And with the third slot, you can really flesh out your build in ways that you think that you need now.
What's it been like seeing your game evolve over this last year?
Yes, yeah. I mean, we have been following the community, and we have been trying to accommodate all the requests that have been given out. Some of them we were not able to put in because of time restraints or resources restraints or technical problems, but we try to listen as much as we can. So the raid system of Tarjagratar is something like that. The new enemies are something like that. More story, because players wanted to expand their knowledge of the history and background of packs. So all of that, and on top of that we have been layering obviously stability patches, making sure that the game is as pleasant, as player friendly and as enjoyable as it can be. So yeah, this has been a very long, year and a half for me, when we were really polishing what we have right now and listening to the community. What can we do with the feedback that they are giving us?
And now Outriders New Horizons is on Xbox Game Pass now. When does Worldslayer come out, and will that be a part of Xbox Game Pass?
Worldslayer will not be part of Xbox Game Pass. You need to purchase the expansion separately. I don't know if it's going to continue to be on Game Pass. I think our publisher will know that information. It's coming out 30th of June.